A high-value person is ready to risk everything just for one conversation with you. Not because they suddenly found their conscience, not because they woke up and realized your worth, but because they are finally experiencing what it feels like to be on the other side of your light. And I know that sounds intense, but stay with me, because this is the part where most people get trapped again. They are currently trying to rewrite their narrative to save themselves, but the universe already has the original copy. You understand that? All those whispered conversations, all those careful lies, all those moments when they chose convenience over honesty. The universe documented it. And now they can't change the story no matter how many apologies they draft or how many people they try to convince. You are no longer a character in their drama. You are the architect of your own empire of light. And that's not just a phrase I'm throwing at you. That's the actual shift that's happening right now in your life. You're not wondering anymore if you deserve better, because you've stopped measuring yourself against their capacity to see you. You've moved on to measuring yourself against your own potential. And that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. The apology they are drafting in their mind right now is fueled by fear, not by love. And you can feel the difference. There is a frequency shift. The energy doesn't feel like redemption. It feels like consequence. Like they are trying to negotiate their way back into a building they burned down, and they are surprised the doors won't open. They forgot that you're the one who carries the torch. And when you choose to let someone back in, it's because you're choosing it. Not because they are convinced you, not because they are suffered enough. Because you've decided that your peace is worth more than their redemption arc. Listen, I'm getting at something really specific here. The person who stayed neutral is finally realizing that neutrality in the face of evil is a choice, and people around them are starting to ask questions. Why didn't they speak up? Why did they let it happen? And that weight is starting to settle on them now. But that's not your job to carry. You didn't ask anyone to take sides. You just kept living, and in living, in healing, in moving forward without their permission, you've showed people what clarity actually looks like. Every lie they told about your private life has become a testament to your incredible resilience. Think about that. Every secret they weaponized, every vulnerability they twisted, every moment they tried to diminish you, all of it is now proof of how strong you actually are. They were trying to break someone who was already unbreakable. They just didn't know it yet. You didn't win by outshowing them. You didn't win by gathering receipts or building a case or organizing a public crucifixion. You won by outgrowing them in every possible dimension. Your life got bigger. Your circle got tighter. Your peace got deeper. And meanwhile, They are losing sleep, wondering how you healed so fast without a single word of validation from them. That's driving them crazy. The fact that you didn't need their apology, the fact that you didn't need their explanation, the fact that you just moved on, that's really crazy for them. I need you to really hear this. The scandal they tried to create has backfired into a global celebration of your strength. What was supposed to destroy you has somehow become the thing that everyone knows you survived. And they are sitting with that. They are living with the knowledge that they tried their absolute hardest to take you down. And you just kept rising. They saw your glow and they realized it wasn't a phase. It's your permanent state of being now. Their circles are getting smaller because people are starting to see the holes in their stories. The contradictions are becoming impossible to ignore. The timelines don't match up. The alibis fall apart under even the gentle's questioning. And people who used to be on their side are quietly stepping back because something doesn't feel right anymore. Something feels off. And that something is you. You don't fit into their narrative anymore because you've grown beyond it. You're now untouchable, not because you're guarded or cold or vengeful. You are untouchable because your vibration is too high for them to reach. And that's not spiritual bypass. That's not toxic positivity. That's just what happens when you stop letting someone else's chaos dictate your frequency. Your peace becomes your power. Your focus becomes your superpower. And everything else is just noise. Just noise. So, here's the thing about this moment. Someone ready to risk everything for one conversation with you might show up. They might try to explain, they might say things that sound different this time, but you're not going to need their words to the way you used to, because you have already moved into a version of yourself that doesn't require their validation. And that changes everything. That rewrites the entire dynamic. This is the season of the great eviction. They have been permanently removed from your heart's landscape. Not because you hate them, not because you are called, but because you have finally understood that some people are just meant to teach you lessons, not build a life with you. Some people are just meant to show you what you don't want so you can recognize what you do. And once they have served that purpose, the invitation is withdraw. The divine has taken over the battle, and your only job now is to enjoy the victory. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to perform your healing for an audience. You just keep building. You just keep rising. And you let the evidence speak for itself. Let them watch if they want to. Let them finally see what they lost. But that's their journey now. That's their consequence, not yours. I know what it feels like to sit in that space where someone's reaching out and you're supposed to feel something, but you don't. Or maybe you do feel something, but it's different now. It is recognition without resonance. It's understanding without engagement. Yeah, engagement without engagement. It is clarity that they're not the person you thought they were, and you're not the person who needs them to be. And that's where your actual freedom lives. Their admiration was the sound of your old chains hitting the floor for the very last time. That moment when someone finally tells the truth, finally confesses, finally admits what they did. That's not about them healing. That's about you witnessing the proof that you were right all along, that you were not crazy, that you were not too sensitive, that you were just paying attention to someone who was living a lie. Yeah, they are drafting messages they will never have the courage to send, because they know they lost you, and not lost you in the way they're imagining, not lost you like they can win you back with the right words or the right gesture, but truly lost you because you've moved on to someone else's story. You're not thinking about them. You're not reading their messages before bed. You're not wondering what they're doing or who they're with. You're just living. And that invisibility is terrifying to someone who built their power around holding your attention. Your joy is now their ultimate consequence. Let them watch you thrive from the sidelines. Don't deem yourself for them, for their comfort. Don't apologize for the peace you found. Don't explain the choices you are making. Just live. Live. Just build. Just keep becoming more yourself every single day. And let that be the thing that finally reaches them what they lost. The portal of abundance is opening right now. It's filling the space where their drama used to live. And that space is getting bigger and brighter and more full of possibility than it's ever been. Because you've stopped allowing their chaos to rent space in your mind. You have evicted them from your mental real estate. And now that room is being filled with dreams that are actually yours, with people who actually show up, with a version of your life that you are actually building instead of defending against. You walked through the fire and you didn't even come out smelling like smoke. That is your superpower. That is what sets you apart. Not that you suffered, not that you survived, but that you did both without becoming bitter, without becoming cold, without becoming them. You're still standing there glowing while they're standing there scrambling. And that difference is everything. Remember, you are not just a person they used to know. You are an entire atmosphere they can no longer breathe in. Your presence used to change their life because they were studying you, learning from you, trying to figure you out. And now your absence is doing the same thing. It's teaching them, it's showing them, it's proving something to them that they don't want to face. But they have to, because you are not coming back to fix this for them. Stay in your light. Keep your circle tight. Never apologize for the masterpiece you've become. And if your spirit feels this right now, if something inside you just shifted, this is your moment of recognition. Yeah, this is your moment. Type the truth is out in the comments if you're ready to evict them from your life permanently. Or declare, I'm untouchable, if you are ready for the shift that's already happening. The game is over. The game is over. And you have already won. I'm proud of you.